Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mara and welcome back to another video. I'm so excited. Today I'm going to be talking about I don't know, I haven't counted. I think I got 24. Let me count real quick. Looking at my stats, I read 25 books and I read 9,198 pages. Do I read too much? Maybe a little. But it's good for you. Anyway, your average rating through the month of February was a 3.63, which was pretty good. So, yeah. Those are my stats. I do use Notion. Like, if y'all want to see a Notion tour, let me know because I feel like my Notion is so cute. I love it so much. Anyway, and let's just get on with the video. Hope you guys enjoy. So the first book I read in February was Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I gave this 4 stars. And honestly, I think it was really good. I think the execution of the like one night stand type of like trope was done very well in this book. I really enjoyed Russ, and I think her name's Aurora. Yes, I did not forget. Anyway, but I really like their characters, and Aurora like felt really like so me. Like she felt real. Like she's not a real person. As I said, this follows Russ and Aurora. Basically, they have a one night stand, and then they don't really meet or talk to them for like a while, and then they meet again at a summer camp that they're both like working for, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, I gave this 4 stars. Very nice, very fun. I don't know if I like it more than Icebreaker. I was kind of in a slump when I read Icebreaker, so I don't know, but this one seemed enjoyable. I think just Icebreaker felt like so long, if you know what I mean. But anyway, 4 stars. The next book I read in February was The Therapist by B.A. Paris. Y'all saw me read both of these books and half of like Trial of the Sun Queen, which I will talk about next, in a 24-hour readathon, which I made at the beginning of February. So yeah, anyway, this was a 3 stars. I think I'm gonna dump it down to like 2 stars because I really can't remember anything about it except like them like going to this new town and then finding out that there was something about them like in that house. I know the plot twist, but I don't want to tell y'all. But anyway, but yeah, I didn't tell y'all much since it's a thriller. But I gave this 3 stars, but I think I'm gonna dump it down to a 2 stars. But it's kind of surprising I read a thriller this month. I don't know why, but I didn't feel like a thriller, but then I felt like I needed to, like, I needed a change of, like, genre, if that makes sense. But anyway, next book I read in February was Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tully. I'm not sure how you say their name. This was a 4 stars. This is fantasy romance. It's kind of told as like a, how do I explain this? Kind of like The Bachelor mixed with like The Hunger Games, if that makes sense. Kind of like the selection series, but like with Hunger Games. You know what I mean? Our main character, Laura, and basically she, like, has been in torture and like capture by the Aurora King. And she is like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to go. And like, she escapes. I can't remember if she escapes or if she gets captured. I don't remember if that... I don't remember a lot. Literally, as soon as I finish a book, it's in ear one, out the other. That's all I'm saying. Out one eye and the other. She has to go and basically go through the like Sun Queen trials to make sure she doesn't go back in the Aurora King's hands. The Sun King is basically like, if you complete this trial or whatever, you can be free. but everybody's trying to kill her. Other tributes are trying to kill her, and it's like, and it's so shook. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm not sure what else to say. It was very intriguing, very different type of plot I've read before, especially with the, I did say it's kind of like the prison healer, because the prison healer, the main girl, was like held in captivity from, like, she was being forced to heal people in the prison. But yeah, anyway, I hope y'all pick this up. I think she just got traditionally published, which I'm so grateful for. Like, yay her. The next book I read in February was not one I own, and that is Heartstopper volume, can I speak? Anyway, volume 5. I gave this like a 4-star. I really enjoy Alice Oseman's like ability to write such cute and wholesome like comics. I don't know if they're comics or they're graphic novels. I'm pretty sure they're graphic novels. But like, I love her ability to be making something so wholesome, and I really enjoy her ability to like make it not seem weird. Like, in the book, Charlie is going through some things, and like mind things, and as well as Nick are going through some things, and it's very interesting to see because they are high school children or high school kids, and so it's like, being a grown person, you have to make it not seem weird because you're writing about children, you know. But even though it's basic, simple human thing to not be weird, but like, so many people do that weirdly, and it's kind of confusing to me. But no, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, whatever. Move on. The next book I read was Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I didn't really enjoy this one, which was kind of a letdown, a big letdown. You know, like, I was looking forward to this book. I heard a lot of people love it, but I've heard a lot of people say they didn't like it. Like, Destiny said, well, she didn't really enjoy this book, which I didn't either, so it makes sense. This is Lucian and Sloane's story. They are like childhood enemies to lovers, but like rivals to lovers. You can't really do romance enemies to lovers. Like, you can't do that. It only works in fantasy. I don't love Lucian. I didn't like how boring he was. He was boring. Hear me out. He was boring. Bored me to tears. Gave this 2 stars, which was kind of upsetting, but you know, it's fine. But anyway, yeah, I don't like to talk about books I don't really like that much because I don't want to deter anyone from reading it. But just know, this felt really long. Like, it was too long for it being this. I read The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This was my first 5-star read of the year. I really love Ms. Bourne series in general. I like the way Brandon Sanderson writes his stories. I'm very interested to see how he will finish this series. I am currently in the middle of the 3rd one, but I don't know when I'm gonna finish it. I talked about it in a vlog, I think, because I read video ends until I get a 5-star read. Spoiler alert, this is the book. The next book I read was A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. I really enjoyed this book so much, so I gave it a 5 stars. Literally, she did such a great job writing this book. It was originally a self-published book, and then she got picked up by a publisher, and which made it a published book, which I'm so grateful for. Like, look at this cover. Amazing. I can't wait for the 2nd one. But literally, the fact that this got 5 stars back to back to The Well of Ascension was crazy, because this was amazing. I ate it up. I read it in one night. Like, this was amazing. Every page I ate up. This follows our main character, Arwen, who gets captured, or her brother gets captured from the Onyx King, and then she goes and takes his place in being the captured one for that family, and Onyx King uses her for her magical healing powers to heal his soldiers, basically. And that goes on with the story. And it's enemies to lovers. Great banter. I love it. Anyway, 5 stars. Definitely pick up this book if you want. See? What's crazy? You wanna know what's crazy? I had another 5-star after that. You know what that was? Serpentine Valley. That was 5 stars. I read that for a vlog. It was amazing. literally a Medusa retelling. So if y'all know the story of Medusa, it's that. So check your trigger warnings before going into the book. And yeah, her name is Lex, and this follows Lex and Luna, who is they try to be friends at first. So basically Lex is a victim of sexual assault, and basically nobody believes her what she went through, especially with it being from a teacher. And yeah, it's very a difficult read to digest, but Luna is the one person that believes her in her whole story. Yeah, it was amazing. Luna is the cutest from everywhere. Luna is so adorable. The next book I read was The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I gave this 3 stars, and literally it was basically a ballerina, an ex-ballerina, with a football player. Basically, it's a friends to lovers romance, fake dating type thing. I thought it was weird. It wasn't my favorite, but I read it anyway. So I read it on the same day of the Super Bowl, so it felt kind of fair. This book I picked up was Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This is the 2nd book in the Carvel series. I'm sure y'all have heard of this book before. I've talked about this series and this book in general a lot on this channel. I gave this book 3 stars. It wasn't everything to me. I felt it was a bit long and a bit slower paced than the first one, which was okay. It's 2nd book, it's fine. I am going to be continuing the series, obviously, but it's fine. But anyway, I gave this 3 stars. It was okay. I felt like the plot was non-existent. I knew there was plot, but it was not giving me what it was supposed to give. The plot wasn't interesting, so that's why I felt like it was giving me no plot. The next book I picked up was Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is a 4.5, which I think I'm gonna knock it down to 4 stars. Follows our main characters, Jacob and Brianna, I'm not sure how you say it. But basically, Brianna is a doctor that is working with another doctor. They're both doctors in the same thing. But it starts out with, Jacob, passing them notes back and forth through their locker type thing. And I think it's so adorable that that's how the story starts. Them, swapping notes. Jacob's ex-girlfriend is now with his brother. Kind of cringe, kind of gross. I think that's disgusting of his brother getting with his ex. Weird. But anyway, basically his family is going to see how he reacts to this family dinner that they're going to, and see if he's really over his ex and he's happy, but he really isn't over her. So he asks Brianna if he can fake date her so his parents thinks that they're okay and everything. And he's okay, but obviously they have their little issues. But anyway, it was very interesting. I did like Jacob's character. He has a representation of anxiety. I loved it so much. The representation was amazing. Brianna was a little annoying and was kind of inconsiderate of his anxiety. Whatever. The next book I picked up was something I wish I never picked up ever, and that is The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This is a library book. Quite literally, I should have read a Christmas book in literal February, but was I going to? Probably. But that's fine. It's okay. Yeah. I gave this a 2 star. It was not enjoyable. It was not it. Basically, it's single dad. And then this girl who comes into town and is like, I'm gonna make a reality TV show and stuff like that, and he doesn't want his daughter getting all up into the glitz and glam and stuff like that. So then it's enemy, kind of like rivals. It's not really rivals to lovers, but it's not really like that stuff. But it's not like friends or anything, because he doesn't like the fact that she's a reality TV star. But anyway, and the next book I read was 'Tis the Dang Season by Kimmy. Can't remember the last name, but I'll put a picture of it right here. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book up until the halfway point-ish. then it really went downhill. It got boring, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I was before, which was so confusing because it felt a little long. It was only like 300 pages, but it still felt long. It's like a friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers romance book, and it wasn't everything. It was definitely Taylor Swift inspired for sure. Like, it was definitely Taylor Swift inspired. She definitely wrote that. And then I read Where's Molly by H.C. Carlton, and this came out in the middle of February, which was I was super excited for. I loved Haunting and Hunting Adeline with my whole heart. I love those books. Those books are my entire soul. Like, I love those. Anyway, so this is like a spin-off book of Molly, whose notes that Adeline was reading in Haunting Adeline. Anyway, and so that follows that character and what happened and everything like that. I gave it 5 stars, obviously. Like, I loved H.G. Carlton's writing, and the fact that it was like a pig farm was actually really interesting. I really enjoyed that aspect because it was really funny, but also like intriguing, because I'm like, pig farmers can get a lot, like, away with a lot of stuff, which made me think, I'm like, stop. Talk about this 2 duology. I read Red Thorns and Black Thorns and their little novella before it. I gave Red Thorns 4.5. I gave Black Thorns 4. And then I gave Yellow Thorns no rating because it was a little novella. But these were super fun, okay reads. They weren't everything to me, but they were still enjoyable. Like, I really liked them. Rena Kent does an amazing job at dark romance. And I will tell, with reading more of her books, you can tell that she uses a little bit of the same plot, like the run and I'll catch you plot. Like, I don't understand why she keeps using that, but it's fine. But anyway, but yeah, they were okay. Series I read by Rena Kent, which I read way before, or way after, like a couple days ago, which was the Reign for King and Rise for Queen, or something like that. Those 2 books were okay. I gave the first one 3.5, and then I gave the second one 3, which I didn't like the whole I'm gonna make her mine and get her pregnant. Like, why do you need to just be a normal couple? Please, for once in your life, be a normal couple and stop thinking a baby's gonna make y'all be together. Okay, thank you. Nearing the end of the video. But anyway, the next book I read was Jade City by Fonda Lee. I gave this 2 stars. Literally, this was so, I felt so dumb reading this. It is a urban fantasy, but also has magical powers in it, which I don't really love urban fantasy to begin with, and I find it very hard to get into. Like, why is it urban? Why is it like that? It don't make any sense for me personally. But anyway, if you love it, great. If you love this book, great. I love that for you. I love you. Anyway, basically this book follows like these siblings, this family, trying to overrule the government type thing with their jade. Jade is a power. Jade is an ability to enhance your abilities in this world. So yeah, that's what they use. And like, they're always talking about jade, but it always like felt like so weird, especially in urban fantasy, while they were talking about cars, phones, and stuff like that. It never made any sense, and it kind of got me confused, and I just felt dumb. I just felt dumb while reading this. And I read 2 new books. I read Lightlark and Night Vane. I gave this 3 stars, and then I think I gave this 3.5, and I gave this 3. So they were okay. Basically, it follows Lightlark is this land that appears every 100 years. The island of Lightlark appears every 100 years, and then the competition happens every 100 days, or it lasts for 100 days. Yes, it lasts for 100 days. There's like curses and like things like curses, and then each one of them will have to break it, and then actually like, and then if they don't, like, the one ruler will die. But anyway, I really enjoyed this series. I don't know if she's coming out with another one. I don't know. Quote me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't remember if she did announce it, but these covers are so pretty. I really like them. She did amazing on them. And then I read A Taste of Poison by Tazanja Odette. This is a Snow White retelling. Basically, this follows our Astrid Snow and our other male main character. I will not reveal his name because his real name comes on later in the book. But anyway, I really enjoyed this. Basically, the MMC has to go murder the female MC, which I really enjoyed that plot point. I don't know why. The Bridge Kingdom did it really well. Like, I really like that. But anyway, this has a lot of like rhymes and riddles and stuff like that. I feel like it did great. It did great. I love these covers as well. Like, they're so pretty. Cassandra Odette really knows how to write. Like, her writing gave me such like cozy and like when people talk about cozy fantasy, I think of Once Upon a Broken Heart vibes. Like, even though I didn't really enjoy Once Upon a Broken Heart, that's what I give. Like, and I love this. I feel like this gives what that is like telling people to give. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Mara here. I'm editing this video, and the fact that I did not talk about one of my favorite books, one of the favorite books I read this month, which was Hair of Broken Fate. Literally, I am in love with this book. I literally cannot wait to read the second one. It comes out in April. The way I forgot to talk about it, and I just skipped over it because it wasn't saved in my Notion. But anyway, I literally loved it so much. It's enemies to lovers fantasy. Amazing. The cover's beautiful. But anyway, back to your regular scheduled program video. Last book I read in the month of February was The Marareads. I gave this 2 stars. It had vampires and witches in it, which is not my favorite. I love how I love fantasy, but I do not like vampires and witches. Like, it don't make any sense. But anyway, I do not like those things. So it's not my favorite trope, and it was probably my fault that I didn't like it because I didn't read the blurb. Like, I never read the blurb on things, which I really need to start doing because I need to stop wasting my time. But anyway, it was totally my fault. I shouldn't have picked it up because I didn't want to give it a bad rate. Oh my god. I rate the books I read. Those are all the books I read in the month of February. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Anyway, all my socials are linked down below, and I love you guys so much. Tell me what you guys read in February. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.